Welcome to Diddle Me This. We just finished watching Marvel's Hulu's Runaways episode 2 called Destiny, and I'm not joined with Marvin today. I'm with my new guest, Joanne.
Yay!
And replacing Amanda, what did I call her?
Confused Nerd.
Confused Nerd is Confused Nerd 2.0 Richard.
Oh.
I hated the second episode as much as I hated the first one. If not
It was
more.
the same episode.
Oh, it was.
Basically.
Yeah.
It was the same episode, but in the parents' perspective.
But we didn't learn anything, as
Yeah.
Joanne said.
Yeah. I realized in the second or third watch through that that's probably what they were trying to achieve. But...
Like, telling us nothing?
No, like, that's what they were trying to do.
Oh.
Like, they were trying to show, oh, these are their parents, and this is what they do. And it's like, what's their purpose?
Yeah.
What's the reason? What's the goal here?
Yeah. The biggest thing that I hated was, like, they were like, oh, their parents might be good people. They're not just, like, one-dimensional evil people. But then I was like, but I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Anyways, I have a lot of complaints that I've already complained to John about, so I'm going to complain to Confused Nerd 2.0 about.
Yeah.
I am here.
My biggest complaint was that Marvin was like, oh, well, Hollywood doesn't know how to write. And I got really mad because this isn't Hollywood and it doesn't air on TV. Okay, so the reason why I kept bringing up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., although cheesy and, like, not the best show, like, it airs on, like, cable television and, like, prime time. And it airs on ABC. So they have, like, so many constraints. They have, you know, you can't really swear. It has to be family friendly. And it competes for a spot on television. Whereas this show is on Hulu, and it's Hulu's Runaways.
Yeah.
So it's trying to compete with Netflix, right? Whereas Netflix is a huge competitor with The Defenders, like all these Marvel shows, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, now Punisher, and like they don't do like OC meets superheroes. Like they're doing like serious shows, and the shows are really well done.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Iron Fist. Like, let's just throw Iron
Oh,
Fist out
I
the window.
didn't. Yeah. I was like, what's that?
I know. I didn't really watch Iron Fist.
Yeah, so because of that, they should have more creativity, no limitations, and they still came up with
like garbage.
Yeah.
I know, like Marvin mentioned, like, oh, it's kind of, you know, it's like CW, and I was like, dude, like, I was telling Joanne, like, dude, I watched iZombie, which airs on CW, and it's still better than this fucking bullshit on Hulu.
Yeah.
Like, iZombie is campy, and it was like based off a graphic novel, but they like,
but everything's like comfortable.
Yeah,
it's not like
forced. Like so dramatic. It knows it like makes fun of itself, and it tries to like do kind of like graphic novel-y stuff, which is really fun. Yeah, so that was a really big complaint. Also, like, the thing is like Hulu took a chance and like took a risk with like Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, and they
like,
did really well. It did really well.
Yeah, it was really good. And like, if Hulu wants to stay as a competitor, they can't do like the OC and like fucking 90210 or like, I don't know, 13 Reasons Why. It's like so fucking like bullshit. And like, just because you can't use the word mutants or you don't have the rights to mutants doesn't mean like
you're super limited.
Yeah. I mean, didn't they learn from like, did you see Inhumans?
Oh no, not yet.
Oh, don't watch it. It's really bad. It got canceled early so that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Returned early. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to return in January, and then Inhumans got canceled early, so then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. returned in December.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was going to be a thing.
That makes me sad.
It was really bad. It was supposed to be a movie, and then they turned it into a TV show, and then it aired for like 5 episodes or something, and then they're like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. come back. And the thing is like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now shown at like a later time slot so they can deal with darker things. Like, that's how TV works. It's like, oh, 10 p.m. or like 9 p.m. Oh, like the kids are asleep, quote quote, so we can do like darker stuff on ABC. Like, Hulu doesn't have to deal with that. Like, why do you still give me garbage? Anyways.
Yeah, no, definitely. Riverdale had better writers.
Right? I don't even watch Riverdale.
Like, compared to Elizabeth, I really like these cheesy, stupid TV shows. And I still enjoy watching Marvels, but I know that it's bad, and I know it's still written a little worse than Riverdale, because I liked Riverdale a lot, and it's not giving me that excitement that Riverdale did, because I got like super obsessed with it again. Right now, I'm like super obsessed with knowing more about the story, but I don't like the acting is weird,
So
and
bad.
the storyline's weird, even though like I don't know anything about it.
You
like
know,
the original.
you know,
I mean, I did read a little bit of wiki, but like that's all I know. But
and then Rachel, you didn't read any of it.
Any what?
any
Runaways?
like any information on it.
The
Yeah.
comics.
The comics? Wait, I brought some before.
All right, you read, and then you
Yeah.
read them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're
I know a
not
bit
that
of it.
confused.
Well,
I mean,
I
that's
know it doesn't quite match up with what they're
no,
showing. Yeah.
no. Mr. Liz knows absolutely nothing. Yeah.
I think that's a better way to go about watching like these cinematic and TV
Adaptations?
adaptations.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they could ever, or they never ever adhere to it 100%.
Yeah. But the thing is like Netflix.
There's a good way to do it.
Yeah, Netflix didn't. They didn't do a perfect job. Like I have so much problem with like Luke Cage. I have problems with Daredevil. I fucking hate Daredevil. But like you know how I feel about Punisher. Like I fucking love a Punisher, and I don't need to know anything about the comics to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean. But still like
you want a show that you can enjoy if you've never read the comics.
Yeah.
The same way as if you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know like people are probably really irritated that like the nerds are like, oh well, in the comics they don't do that. But the thing is like this writing isn't any better. It's so much worse. So
it's like, okay, they didn't do that, but still,
Yeah.
story writing is trash.
yeah, like if you're gonna throw away your source material, at least do it better, or just don't be so much worse.
Yeah.
Let's start with summarizing a little bit, or like going back at what happened in episode 2. Do you remember? It started off with the same thing that happened in episode 1.
Yeah. And then it went 10 hours earlier.
Oh my god. Like that whole thing, I wrote like a paragraph of notes when I was watching that. I was like, that whole thing is done so badly.
Yeah.
Like television and the entire universe across all time has dealt with that thing, but done it in such a better way.
Yeah, there's been better ways to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so the cool thing that BoJack Horseman does is that
I thought we were talking about Community.
and Community.
Okay.
Well, the cool thing that BoJack Horseman does is when they do like 2 months earlier, it's like a mislead. Like it's someone reading a magazine, and it says 2 months later issue, or it's like it's the title of the magazine. So the audience is not stupid enough to like not know what that means.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, it's meta, and like we all know what it means, and we're not idiots.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like I wrote in my notes that like I know they were trying to show like what happened, the same thing that happened in episode 1 in the parents' perspective, and like trying to make the parents more human or like 3-dimensional, but it doesn't make any sense as a watcher of the show to have the parents not know or like be sympathetic. Like
like we don't need to see that much of the parents' side.
yeah
Because the point of the comics was like, oh, they're the bad guys.
yeah, exactly.
And it's like, what kind of supervillains are you trying to build if they have that?
and I think
side.
they're trying to build it like we don't really know who the supervillain is yet. And like the first episode was the mislead that it's the parents, and then the second episode just like disproves that mislead. So now like who do we not like here?
Wait, I still don't. What?
Like the second one was like, oh, we didn't want to kill her,
Oh.
but then she's not really being killed yet, right? She like it's not shown that she's dying.
Yeah.
It's just we assume that something strange is about it.
Yeah.
And that it's
and
not
that they're
consensual.
responsible for it.
Yeah. And like the thing is that I liked so much about the comics was that the parents are right away established that they're bad guys.
Yeah.
And then
because they're like mafia.
yeah, and then the kids are like, oh my god, like it can't be like this.
Yeah.
And then but they fight the parents pretty quickly because the parents are like, no, you have to listen to us. And they're like, no, we saw you murder people. And then there's a fight, which yes happens really early, and then the rest of the comics is like
that's where they build everything.
that's where like the kids like find these relics or like these things that they inherit by their now dead parents, and then revisit like the parents, and then they learn more about their parents after they've already killed their parents, or after the parents are already banished somewhere or whatever.
What?
Like, that's how the story unfolds. It's like they learn more, and then it gets revealed that the parents are doing it for like eternal life for their kids, so that the family can all have eternal life.
Oh my God.
Or that they're doing it for the good of their kids.
Yeah, but you don't find that out until the
until
end.
later, until the kids are already fought the parents.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like so much cooler and so much stronger of a story than this.
Because then it's
bullshit.
a strong reveal.
Yeah,
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, like you said Old Spice.
Oats. That's all I remember. I forgot everything in the middle.
Anyway, the dinosaur's name, like
Old Lace.
in the comics, Gert names the dinosaur Old Lace, and it was a gift from her parents.
Did she know that in the comics?
She does end up knowing it in the comics.
Wait.
Like, the parents, like, there's, like, a hologram that she, like, accidentally activates. And the parents are like, here, this is our gift for you, and we went time traveling. Like, we wanted you to have this.
Holy shit.
And then it makes a telepathic, emphatic link to the dinosaur. So this is, like, the parents' way of trying to make sure their daughter is protected.
Taken care of.
Yeah.
Time travel. Mm-hmm. She mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Or time travelers.
But the thing is Chase's dad is the one who's obsessed about time travel. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It should be Gert's parents.
They're geneticists. From what I understand now is that, so Chase's dad is obsessed with time travel.
Uh-huh.
And he's some, like, Elon Musk kind of guy.
Yeah,
but
then, like a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is like a level of dick.
Yeah.
And then Gert's parents, they do stuff with like DNA and stuff. Especially
experimentation.
Like, experimenting with their DNA samples.
Mm-hmm.
With like animal DNA samples. Mm-hmm. And then Alex's parents, dad is in real estate, and then mom's a lawyer, and then who am I forgetting? Uh-huh. Tina Minoru, like, and Robert are the techies.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I guess they didn't say that in this episode.
No, they didn't.
But yeah.
That's so frustrating.
So it's kind of like it's been flipped, and then the roles have been changed.
Yeah.
And like that happens a lot, from like book to TV, book to movie stuff. Like they mix some things, but it's like it's in a clever way. But now it's just like, let's spin the bottle and find out who gets the new.
Yeah, no one will fucking care.
God,
fucking damn it. Dude, like,
Oh, and then the church people.
Oh god, what the... I'm still not over the fucking church thing.
Apparently the church doesn't exist.
I had, like, a note, like, in the beginning from that scene where he's, like, putting the rat into the machine.
Oh, yeah.
And then he, like, yells at it when it comes back. He's
you
like,
shouldn't be here.
Yeah. I was, like, writing a note. I was like, okay, excuse me, Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter did this so much better than he did. Like, the canary and putting the canary into, like, the cabinet.
Oh, shit.
And then it was just a montage.
Yeah.
And, like, it just shows his, like, emotion.
Yeah, and he didn't have to say it.
Yeah. Like, you can just tell. Like, that has more subtlety than this fucking bullshit. I was like, there's already, like, so much media out there that's done it before you. Why do you have to do it in such an awful way? Yeah. Also, the fucking unnecessary shaky cam, like, pissed me off so much. And, like, when like, for no fucking reason. There's no reason. We're just looking at the parents' reflection in the house. There's no one, like, moving.
Like, yeah, unless it was, like, supposed to imply that someone was in that room watching them too, but
and then like what happened, like when the gangster guy like pounded his fist and the camera like panned down to his like hands and then it panned back up. I was like, wow,
dramatic.
This is like filming 101 in like community college, because this is like the same kind of level of fucking
they spent a lot of money on this. Well, okay, so going back to that scene where Victor was in his lab with a rat, I was like, considering the history of Pride, why is he having so much trouble with this technology? It doesn't make sense, because from what they're implying, like they've been doing this forever. Not forever, but like, you know, like it's not their first trial. And that's what didn't make sense at all. It was just like,
and then that they don't know anything about what they're doing.
It's like, why why build this strong community, or it's supposed to be a strong community between wealthy people, but some of the core members don't know what they're doing and don't know why they're doing it.
Carolina's dad, Carolina's dad,
he's so sad. But yeah, I don't know, it's just like,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Chase's dad always has his tie flipped.
Oh really?
Over his shoulder.
What, to show like
I feel like I saw it so many times because
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I was like,
to show that he's like uses his hands.
I'm in distress.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed. So many things are happening, so I'm yelling at you.
Boo.
It's excusable. Oh wait, it's funny because he does say that it's not an excuse. But yeah, I just hate that part where it's like he's supposed to be smart and then something's failing on him, and it's nice to see like someone at that level be a failure. Yeah. Especially when he's a douchebag. Yeah. But it's like it's not their first trial.
Yeah. And the thing is like no one gives a shit about him anyway. Yeah. We don't care enough about him in the first place to care about him struggling. Yeah. Or like even enjoying it. Yeah. Like how we would enjoy a villain struggling. There's just no point. Yeah. Usually superhero stories go like, oh, superhero series. Here's a story about the superhero. Mm-hmm. Here's a story about the superhero. And then, like, after some time, that's when you start shedding light on the villain. It's coming out at once. Yeah, which made sense in the comics. I don't know why they're making people, like, ignorant. Like, the villains, quote, ignorant. Like, it's just, like... It's not the show about the Runaways anymore. It's, like, the dumbass kids and their dumbass parents.
Only darn kids.
That's it. Okay. I also have... a really big complaint, which was the staff of one. Oh, yeah. The staff of one is not supposed to hang on the wall. It's supposed to be absorbed into her body. And, like, the only way it can come out is when you shed blood. Yeah. Which becomes a really, really good character development for Nico. Because at some point, yes, she inherits the staff from, whatever, spoilers. She inherits the staff from her parents, which they had intended because they're witches. Yeah. So she's born into a family of witches. Yeah. And the thing is like Nico summoned the staff of one by cutting her wrist. Oh shit. And then that's like really fucked up, right? Yeah. Because like a teenager who's like, you know, going through a lot of shit, she's like cutting her wrist so that she can use the power that she inherited so that she can like save her friends. She has to cut her wrist. I feel like that would have been a better... So much better, right? Premise, especially when they threw in their sister. Yeah. Who apparently killed herself. Yeah. What they're trying to say. Yeah. And so that would have had a lot more meaning. Exactly. Instead of like, oh, let's put it in a fucking bag and like just hang it on the goddamn wall. And the thing is like later, like Nico like makes the conscious decision to not cut her wrist anymore. She's like, I'm just gonna brush my teeth until my gums bleed. Like, you know, like it's like just trying to find solutions to not like self-mutilate so that she can summon like her witch power. Oh my god. That's really cool, right? That still sounds like torture. Yeah. Oh god. It's really painful. But that's the thing, it's like you have to sacrifice something to use power. I'm gonna suck on these lemon heads until the roof of my mouth bleeds. Hold up. Yeah, and the other thing that is a rule of the staff of one is that you have to say the spell, and you can't say the same spell twice. I thought that was cool when I read about it. I was like, oh, that's so fun. Yeah, it's like it's a story rule. Let me pull out my thesaurus. Thesaurus? How else am I gonna... I want to do the spell again, but how can I get around it? Yeah. So it makes her, like, not OP. Like, she has to think about it. And, like, she has to word things differently. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess in the show, she can just pull shit out and, like, all she can do is make a sound barrier. She doesn't make a vision barrier or, like... They explain everything so slow. It's still, it's not done really well. The other thing that I hated was that, like, why did it have to be Molly who takes her phone out and takes a picture with a flash? Because it's not really established that she uses her phone that much, like, in the episode. Yeah. Like, she's not, like, this person who's, like, obsessed with her smartphone. On phone or always wants to take pictures. Yeah. It's like, if she wanted to see, she could have just been like, I want to see. Yeah. Yeah. It was just so badly done. They were thinking, like, we want them to get caught, but how do we want the kids to be caught?
I know. Let the 13-year-old take a photo.
Yeah, millennials love their smartphones. Yeah.
It's not like they were like always running around like selfie, selfie, selfie.
Yeah.
Not that they established in this episode.
Yeah. What?
A lot of my notes have to do with like
naked people?
No. That was one note. One line. It was the very first line. No, but a lot of my notes have like stuff about the dads, and I'm like, oh, the dad is so sad. Oh, the dad is so this. The dad is so that. Like
sympathetic.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the only okay dad is like Dale, because he doesn't really do much. At this point, he's all like, okay, you're a strong man. All right, bye. That was it. But then, like, compared to the other dads, it's like you have Alex's dad, who seems strong, but still has to be led by mom.
Yeah.
And mom's like, you better listen to me. Like, she's got that face. Tina is like the matriarch of the family, and Robert's weak as fuck too.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, we should do this, and she's like, that's stupid. That's what it feels like. That their dynamic is. And then with Leslie, it's like she's the owner of the church. She's like, she does her shit.
Yeah, she shits on her husband basically.
Yeah, and her husband is so useless.
Yeah.
And he's so pathetic and sad.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know how to feel about Victor and Jane, because Jane obviously has been abused by Victor. Victor isn't painted in a good light. It makes Jane look good.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot, in this episode, it's like a lot of women, like powerful women.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that I liked about it.
The wives are in power.
Yeah, especially since Leslie in general is in charge of Pride.
Yeah. There was something I wanted to say that I hated as well. Oh, all right. We were talking about the matriarchies and like the wives being in power. I don't like it only because the setup in the comics was much better. Whereas like that goes to my point about like how Jeffrey Wilder is much different in the show than he is in the comics.
Oh, because you said he was like much more cold-hearted.
Yeah, in the comics, he's kind of like the head of Pride in a way, because he's the one who, I think he's the one who started it, or he started from the streets like they show in the show. But like the thing is like he like stabbed a lot of people in the back. He was like kind of like a pimp, but he like fucking like worked his way up into Pride, and then that's what makes it like really cool when Alex takes charge, because he's kind of taking after his father.
Like a parallel.
Who he doesn't necessarily want to be like, because his father is evil.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, I'm the leader. I'm going to do this differently. And then when there's a big spoiler and like something happens, Nico has to take up the mantle. So then now it's a woman who has to take charge. And then all the women like Gert and Carolina and Molly,
they have a lot more,
have their own strengths.
I was still uncertain about making that observation for myself. I was like, oh yeah, they're strong
but
women,
it's true. I mean, I don't mind it as much. I thought it was way better than the guys. Like,
what if they made it even better by like making the lawyer mom the leader of Pride? Like, bam,
that would be cool.
Woman of color.
That's the DJ. Anyway, yeah. So what I really didn't like was that he apologized to the sacrifice. Like, oh, I'm sorry this has happened to you. And then, like, she grabbed his hand in the ring.
He's like, holy shit.
Yeah, actually, the ring, spoiler alert, in the comics unlocks the Book of the Gibberum.
Oh, shit!
So
do you think it's the same ring?
I think there must be some
connection. Because it was very, like, prominent the way they filmed it. Yeah. It's like,
which is why he's the leader, why he started it, you know? Because he has, like, the key to unlocking it. But in the show, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do this, man. I don't know.
Like, it's hard. It's hard to say in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's only the second episode.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
But it's still so bad.
Because, you could say, like, oh, they're not saying anything, but then it's also, like, we can't expect them to, like, reveal everything all at once. Yeah. But also
the drama of it.
Dramatic.
Intense drama that they're trying to, like, convey is so cheesy and so lame because we don't know these characters yet. If they made it, like, a comedy, like, something a bit funnier, instead of starting it off, like straight up, dark. Like Jessica Jones. Like, Oh,
I'm not a superhero anymore.
I don't do that. I drink and I fuck
Jessica!
Like, it's, instead of doing that, if it has to do with kids, just like fucking.
They're kids.
Yeah, like they're lame and they're cheesy and they're campy, but like make it at least a little humorous so that when the drama does come,
there's more impact.
Stronger, yeah.
Can we just watch episode 3?
You want to do that? It hurts so bad.
Okay, well.
Are we gonna talk about it too? Okay, the other thing that pissed me off was like that whole Twister thing. So you know how like episode 1, me and Marvin were like, okay, this is what's gonna happen, and the cut is really funny and it's really adorable. But then like we see them like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I have an idea, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I trust you, Alex. Like, what the fuck?
No, that was before. That was something else. It was like he cut the power, but when they came in, Carolina was like, I have an idea, guys. And then they're like, oh, what about Molly?
Yeah. And then I was like yelling. I was like, she's fine. That's her excuse. She's already sleeping.
She was asleep the whole time.
She can't be in, like taking a photo and sleeping at the same time.
Yeah, and then when they did the Twister thing, I was like, Molly, why did you say that?
I know.
I was like, she's like, okay. I was like, okay, Molly, a little freaky. Blah, blah, blah.
That's it?
I have other notes, but that's other stuff.
That was really uncomfortable, especially since she's supposed to be like really young.
I think she's like at least 14 because they're in high school.
Oh, they're in high school.
Yeah. Because
she has
17.
To be at least 14.
Her kids are 17.
Oh right. Why are they so fucking stupid?
High school kids are stupid.
High school kids are stupid.
Yeah, but they're like so
like
much
unnatural
more
stupid.
Yeah.
Their TV show's stupid.
Oh my god. Yeah. If we look back now on our high school years, I would be like, we were stupid.
We were stupid.
Yeah.
But but we were funny.
I don't know.
You might think so.
I don't know. I blocked out a lot of those memories.
Me too.
Okay, let's not talk about it. Okay.
Let's not go down that road.
And then I wrote down Destiny, the brainwashing. Connect to Kim Tae-yeon. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a cult here in Milpitas. Yeah.
We can do, she can do, he can do, she can do.
He can do, she can do, why not me?
Oh, God.
So the creator was Kim Tae-yeon. It's easy to connect to it now because it was like, it happened in our town. And it like, so basically, she didn't kidnap, from what we know. From what we know,
no one has been kidnapped.
But what she does is like, you know, she recruits people from work. Like, I think she recruits mainly from her dojo, her style of like taekwondo. It's some other name, but they'll be like, oh, I wanna learn more, and then they'll be like, well, you have to meet with her and see if she approves, and they're like, yeah, let's do it, and then they get brainwashed, and then they join, and then what happens is like, if you join, you have to live in her house.
Oh, so fucking weird.
So like, yeah, and they even had kids living in that house. So it was kind of very similar to what was happening.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially with what happened to Destiny, she was picked up, and then like, you know, she like knew everyone at church.
Yeah.
We're like, where else was she living? She was probably living at the church and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a good connection because I have my hair in Milpitas. It's really crazy to see how much power these kind of people have. Because like, Janella mentioned that she got arrested, and I read that she was like sued twice. But when I tried looking up that information doesn't exist. There's nothing on her arrest, and there's nothing about her like her, what do you call them? Being sued.
Her record?
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing about her getting sued. And then on her Wikipedia, it just says straight to the point stuff. Like, she is the founder of this. These are her accolades. And she has so many bullshit accolades.
Oh.
There's nothing bad about her. Kim Tae-yeon is the creator of...
We can do, she can do, he can do.
Yeah. She was just some, like, motivational speaker. And she owns, like, 3 different companies. And one of them is, like, a clean room... They do cleaning room systems, like air particles or something for laboratories. She has like a beauty line. She has did I say dojo already? She has a dojo. I think it's called like Jongsuyeon or something like that. She made it up. Yeah. So basically, she is supposed to be this big figure, and she has a church dedicated to herself, and people say prayers to her and worship
Ew.
her. Yeah. So it's kind of like similar to like Church of Gabborim.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. And the weird thing is that I know like Arnold Schwarzenegger like trained under her at some point, or like there's like a little bit of a connection because I saw a photo of them together. So it's like there's like some celebrity like shit going on.
And she has crazy hairstyle.
She's crazy. She's insane. I mean, in the comics, like I said in episode 1, Carolina's parents are supposed to be well known and like well connected in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I guess they're trying to like do that.
But they're cutting off that connection by firing.
Yeah, or like they're trying to make it so that the dad still wants to act.
I feel like
he still wanted to be an actor.
he did, but then when his agent,
Was like, I'm firing you.
yeah, he was like, okay, well now I'm gonna devote myself to church.
Yeah.
Because he's trying. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I don't like how he's approaching this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this were a serious, like if we took out the content, like took out her dad's devotion to fate and like focused on it, like as a real person, like he's doing it all for the wrong reasons because he's like, what about me?
Yeah.
And it's like, who cares about you? You're supposed to be devoting yourself to this fate.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah. That's why she was like, oh, it's nice that, I feel like that's why she was like, oh, it's nice that you're toying with that idea.
Yeah.
It's like,
that you're considering.
it's just like, you've run out of things to do now.
Now we finally come.
It's like, why don't you just go back to being pretty?
Yeah.
You were less troublesome when you were like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When they were
What did you write?
I wrote, they said that they're always the same age when they were finally in the basement.
Mm.
That's when I was like, because I made a point of it in the beginning with the rat. Remember, it was like, why is he still working on this? Why is it still not working? And then they made it the point that they've been doing it because it's like, it's always the same age. You know, she's 17. And then Tina
that means like before
they were always 17. Yeah. And it's like, why isn't it working now, Victor? Like, why is that a problem that they want to showcase on the show? 'Cause it's like, obviously it's the same rodeo.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to do different?
And then why does it go wrong?
Yeah, and why does it matter? Maybe we'll find out.
The payoff won't be good.
The payoff would be good.
More naked.
Why get naked?
I don't know. It's not like you're in the presence of the Gibberim.
I hope, like, in the future they come up with some good, like, background shit as to why these robes are necessary. It's just, like, it's gonna be some stupid shit, but it has to be, like, stupid clever shit where it's like, holy shit, are you serious?
Wait, we still haven't said our favorite line.
Oh!
When they're back in the house and then like the kids are like found out. Oh no, the kids were playing Twister and the parents are like,
oh no, and then they were getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Chase goes,
or like Chase's mom is like, all right, what is it, self-driving car or something?
It's Nemo's self-driving car. Extra large trunk space.
Widens eyes.
Widen. Extreme widening.
Widening eyes.
Our parents are murderers. I thought the line was really stupid the first 2 times I watched it, and then today I was like, holy shit, it's because they're murderers.
Eyes intensifies.
Extra large trunk space for dead bodies.
Here I go. Yeah. I feel like Chase was a lot more charismatic than Alex is, which shouldn't be the case because he was well written in the comics where he was deadbeat and he was like constantly getting beaten by his dad, but then he like has this really bad like chip on his shoulder attitude about life in general,
like life so
he's like, whatever, why even try? And then Alex is the charismatic one who's like kind of a smart aleck, but like really sometimes sarcastic but very clever.
And they gave that to Chase.
Yeah, it's like all the white people have the good lines and like the charisma.
It's a bad build up for someone you're trying to make a leader.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, okay, yeah, he's the one who's trying to bring everyone back together, and he's I don't know. He's trying to be the voice of reason, but
yeah. And I feel like it should have been his idea. Like, everything should have been his idea. Or he should have been, like, having people do stuff. Like, I'm gonna go run, turn off the lights, and then, oh, I know, there's a game of Twister, and then like cut to like them like struggling with it or whatever. Or he doesn't even have to say, I know. Like he could just be like, all right, like follow my lead, and then like they just do it. Like it's revealed that they're doing it. Why does Carolina have to be the smart one to have the suggestion to play Twister or whatever?
Well, right now I know that they're like, kind of makes sense because of like they haven't talked to each other in a while, so it's hard for you to listen to someone that you're like, dude, like why do I have to listen to you? Like,
but the thing is like they all witness the same thing, and they're both
true.
Like they're all like now guilty by association, and they're also in his house.
That's true.
So if anything, if I like went through someone's secret door and like witnessed our parents all doing something fucking weird,
true.
I'd be like, oh my god, this is your fucking house. What do we do now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I wouldn't be like, I know. And then,
I guess that makes sense because like when Alex, that makes sense because Alex is like, I have an idea. And then he said something, and then that's when Chase was like, that's stupid. And then Nico was like, I trust you.
Yeah.
It was like, Chase, why didn't you even say anything?
I know.
It's and like, then you saw what happened.
Yeah.
It's like, exactly. Any idea is a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, the thing is he lives there. Like, it's just like, you have to take every opportunity to show, like, his uniqueness or, like, his unique characteristic or his power. Because he doesn't have anything else. He just has his brain. He just has, like, his leadership. There's nothing else special about him.
I was like, what else is he going to do today?
There's nothing. He just turned off a bunch of lights.
Oh. And he likes computers.
Video games. And Amy. Games. And Asians. He likes Asians. We've established that. He has yellow fever.
Got that yellow fever.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Even watching it was hard work.
That was difficult. Oh, the singing!
That's not how it ended.
But that was at the end. Yeah. And I hated the singing.
I liked it. She's a good singer.
Sing me that song.
But you made a point because like...
sing me that song that used to help me go to sleep. Let's go to sleep.
Like there was... The mood buildup was poor.
She is a good singer. It was like their attempt at making the music relevant to the shot, but the entire episode it had that like fucking like calypso music, like new wave, like ocean sound wave.
Where I was like, it's like a dating sim background.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Doki Doki.
Yeah.
Like when they were in that scene where it was just like Monica close up.
Yeah. In the universe or whatever. Yeah, but the thing is like that was a clever use of in Doki Doki.
Yeah.
I thought it was used in a clever way, but like in the show it was just like, here's a dramatic moment, let's put some fucking dramatic music. And like
I remember Mr. Cummins, the history teacher, he was a big film buff, and he always made comments about how stupid movies are when they use music to entice emotions.
Yeah. I hate it. It's such a fucking dumb fuck crutch. It's so bad.
I feel like they don't rely. It's hard to rely on the actors when they're not as experienced, so they're like, throw some music on it.
Exactly. It's because they don't act very well. The script is not very strong, and the set is not very good.
The direction is not very good.
Yeah, and so it's like, let's just throw some music to manipulate the viewer into feeling a certain way, which is so poor. Like, I think, like I was gonna say that there's a YouTuber called Every Frame of Painting. Either it was his channel or someone else's channel where like I like to watch like these people do like video essays on like filmmaking or like TV shows. So I like to watch these YouTubers like discuss like different things about filmmaking or storytelling or like TV shows. And like there was one in particular, I don't remember if it was Every Frame of Painting or if it was someone else, but they like dissected Man of Steel and like why it was so bad was because like every single scene or every single sad scene had like a sad song. It was really stupid. Whereas I really liked like shows like Stranger Things too did a really good job with music and sound. Yeah. And then like Handmaid's Tale, of course, used it so fucking well because of like how it's a dystopia in the future, and they played like really fucked up 80s music because like it's like a time when like that the women can't go back to like Cyndi Lauper or like stuff like that. But women are so repressed. And, like Black Mirror Black Mirror does a pretty good job too, like in San Junipero, like that episode, stuff like that. And then like
I never watched that.
Oh,
I've never watched any of those actually.
Oh,
but
well, Utopia also does a really good job, where it's like very subtle, or there's no music and it's just ambient sound.
Well, I was just thinking like they did that. I don't know Game of Thrones well enough, but there was that episode with like the Red Wedding at the end when they like the credits were rolling. There was no music. That was creepy as fuck. And it's just like you're just sitting there. And it's like
you have to sit with it. Yeah, with the
like,
horror.
Sometimes that's what happens when you're sad. It's just like it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, or like when you're shell shocked with like some awful information, and you're just like sitting in silence, or like there's a ringing in your ears. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's just so bad. There's just no point. It doesn't, like, there's certain TV shows that use music to set the time period. Like, this is the 80s. Yeah. This is early 2000s. This is the 90s.
Yeah. There was some cool hip music in it.
Yeah.
Let's use this. Let's use
that. New wave. Yeah. Like, oh, it's a rave. It's a party. EDM. And, like, I remember you talking about how, like, you really liked the title sequence.
Yeah. I feel like that's the one few thing.
Like, the one so artistic thing about this show.
Yeah, and then, like, the rest of the show doesn't match it.
No, it doesn't. Like, I was reading an article, and they were like, Runaways did a really good job of setting the tone of LA, Los Angeles. And I was like, no, it fucking does not always see our rich people. Like, what other parts of LA? Only in the title sequence do we see LA. It is. It's the OC. It's the fucking the OC all over again. But, like, imagine aliens. Hear me out. Superpowers. Wait. Dinosaurs.
It's basically what they did with Riverdale. Now they just added like crazy stuff in, like drugs.
Yeah.
Sex.
It's just, we already have Teen Wolf. We already had...
I love that you brought that up.
Yeah. Why don't you give our audience context?
Alex is a big nerd in Teen Wolf.
The actor.
He has like no hair and he looks really scrawny and it's really funny.
He has like really big ears.
I'm sorry, no offense to the actor, but still, it's funny.
It's funny that he was on like a really bad teen drama into another bad teen drama.
Teens are so typecast.
I know, but the thing, God fucking damn it, like Stranger Things just did children and kids so well, right? Everyone's rooting for Steve. Like Steve is so great, Daddy Steve, Mama Steve, like, you know, and like why
couldn't they all be Steve?
Why couldn't Alex be Steve? Like, why did you have to fucking do this to me? Anyways,
should have started off with an animated series.
Oh, the Runaways?
Yeah, I feel like that would have been better.
Oh, God.
At least you can, like, be like, oh, it's just a stupid cartoon.
Yeah, like, at least the animators can carry bad acting.
Oh, yeah, like... You have actual people messing up.
Yeah.
Like...
There's not one character that makes any sense. The only character that makes...
Old Lace.
Old
Spice. Old Spice makes the most sense, and we haven't seen her yet. We've probably seen her tail and then her eye.
One eye. I mean, that was, that was the best part.
I'm excited about
was the reveal of the eye. It was like watching Suicide Squad, but over and over and over again. That's what watching Runaways is like. But Suicide Squad actually has good actors.
It's like DC took Marvel and
oh my god, you're right.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. We should start taking tallies.
Oh my god.
I got a pat on the back.
It does feel like that. It feels like Netflix is Marvel and Hulu is DC.
Yeah.
Especially when they have Cloak and Dagger.
I don't know what that is.
Richard, do you know?
Isn't that a scheme? Like, I'm trying this Cloak and Dagger scheme.
No, they're two superheroes.
Hulu has Cloak and Dagger?
Yes, they do.
The Cloak?
But they're from Marvel also.
Yeah, they're doing... I mean, Marvel Runaways.
Yeah.
They're developing Cloak and Dagger.
I feel like Netflix needs to fight Marvel on it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like it's true.
We rolled out 4, 5, I don't know how many different shows.
I know.
We rolled out all these shows for you, and you gave Runaways to them.
Yeah.
I hope you regret your decision.
Yeah.
It's like, open letter to Netflix.
They're probably pretty happy with how it turned out so far.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably,
Netflix was like, yeah, fuck you guys. The thing is I think Runaways was supposed to be a movie again, just like Inhumans, and it was shelved. It was in development hell. And I'm sure like someone like picked it up, and they were like, well, like I feel like it's kind of like what happened to Community, where Community was like shown on Yahoo screen, and then like it was like not super risky, but it was like. There's a fan. There's
so boring.
It was so bad. There's like a dedicated fan base, and we're gonna shove the use of this platform into everyone's face, and then also Yahoo shut down Yahoo Screen after they aired Community on Yahoo Screen.
Oh god, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah. So, because I remember I was so excited about Runaways being a movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
But I was like. When I heard about it being on Hulu, I was excited about that. I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun to watch.
Right, because they can take so many risks.
Yeah, and because it's like I mean, I didn't watch all the shows, but I watched like Jessica Jones, and I watched Luke Cage, and I enjoyed those.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, more Marvel. Like I love Marvel.
Hulu.
But it doesn't feel
Hulu
like
/ DC.
Yeah, Hulu. You didn't give it that Marvel magic.
Yeah. About Hulu. Oh, I wish at the very least maybe ABC Family could have taken Runaways, because they did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they did Peggy Carter.
Sure. It could have been any of them.
Yeah,
and they were like, we don't want any more teenagers.
Peggy Carter did a really good job too. Agent Peggy Carter.
Yeah. No, I never watched it either.
I mean, no one really gave a shit about it.
Well, like, Gerard's family did, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but I never got into it. I was like, man, I'm gonna do my own thing.
I just went on a pretty large Marvel Cinematic Universe binge because I needed something epic and episodic to like follow. So I watched it, and it really wasn't bad, and it was about female empowerment in the 50s or whatever.
And I love that they were like from the movies. They were like, "Oh, let's do this about Peggy," and it's like, it's really exciting.
Yeah, and the thing is, in the movies, like she doesn't really have that big of a role, or like even when she was like Captain America's love interest, I didn't really give a shit about it. Yeah. But in the show, it was
she's hella badass.
Yeah, and she doesn't really hook up with anyone else because she's still like hung up on Captain America for the entire show, for the 2 seasons or 3 seasons. I forgot how many. Yeah, it was really sad. And then like Jarvis is like a human in the show.
I kept asking about that.
Yeah.
No one gave me a straight answer. I was like, oh, that's Jarvis. They're like, no, that's not Jarvis. And I was like,
yeah, he's a human in the show. And Howard Stark.
Jarvis was named after him.
Mm-hmm. The AI is named after his friend. And then Jarvis helps Agent Peggy Carter.
Mm-hmm. He's the British dude.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
So it's really cool.
Bitches be lying to me.
Sorry, spoilers. But I mean, no one gives a shit about that show anyway.
I wasn't gonna watch it.
Yeah, and then
maybe.
Also, like, I feel like the thing about Cloak and Dagger is they're trying to play with like the interracial thing, like the white girl, pure like girl from the rich family, and like gets mixed up with like this guy who's like from the ghetto or whatever.
Is he Dagger?
He's Cloak.
Oh,
she's Dagger.
Oh.
He has like a magical cloak that sucks people into and like teleports. You know? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like teleports people in his like dark black hole portal cloak. I feel like they're trying to make it like really relevant in this time, but it's just teen dumbass drama.
I'm gonna take 2 characters from the Marvel universe and just write my own shit. Like, fuck that shit.
That's called fanfiction.
It's gonna go however I want it to.
Oh man, that's literally what they're doing.
Yeah, they're just writing fanfiction. And they're throwing their OC, Amy. DC threw in their original character. Oops. Whatever, they're DC in my brain now.
Oh my
god. You already fucked up X-Men.
Nice. No, they didn't fuck up X-Men. That was because of the shit that's happening between
Bryan Singer.
Fox and like the ownership shit.
And Bryan Singer.
I don't know his name. I don't know. That's the extent I know. It's like they just want to destroy X-Men and the mutants so that they can't use them anymore in their future movies.
Yeah. Well, the director, apparently I heard that the director of X-Men, Bryan Singer, he refused to let anyone read the comics on set. Like, he was like, he banished, like, comic books.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, because it's, like, his vision. And it's, like, so stupid. Also, he's, like, accused of sexual molesting.
Good! I
boys,
mean...
so, younger boys, so...
If it's true, good.
Yep. Hopefully we're in for a new age. But he takes... he thinks that everyone should thank him for starting the superhero movies. Because he's like, X-Men did it first.
I thought Batman did.
Well, Batman tried over and over again. Like, Batman kept going.
Yeah.
But, like...
that's what we need to do with Marvel's Runaways. We need 3
Just
more.
keep remaking it over and over again. Maybe we'll get it right. It's like the story of Spider-Man, but it's Marvel.
Okay,
Alright. Well...
Time to watch the next episode.
No. How would you rate, as Marvin would say, how would you rate this episode out of 10?
Oh. Well, the first number I thought it was 2.
I think I'm still giving it a 0. I can't deal with it.
I enjoy it.
0.5 for that really good extra trunk space line. I really like that line.
Man. Who wrote that line? Hire him.
Good job.
Keep him on the team. I feel like it was hard to say a lot of things because it was similar to the first episode. It's just...
It was just bullshit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can't wait for the next episode. I forgot what happened.
Because it's not memorable.
That's not memorable.
Anyways, thanks for listening. Next time on Diddle Me This.
Everything Elizabeth hates.